Okay, so good morning once again. Today we are going to learn very important topic, that is OTC. So just tell me how many of you are aware of OTC? Not only full form, but about OTC product. Can you unmute and speak? Hello? So OTC in our day-to-day life we are using, right? In our day-to-day life, we all are using OTC. And before we use the OTC product, that is over-the-counter drugs, we should be aware of what is this OTC, how this term, why it is termed as OTC, over-the-counter product, and why such kind of OTC are considered as non-prescribed drugs. Okay, RX means the doctor prescribes the drug, and non-RX means which for the OTC means it doesn't require any prescription from the doctor. So whenever we use any medicine, any kind of medicine, you should be aware of the what kind of medicine you are using, what are the direction for use, how much doses are required, like 1 tablet per day or 2 tablets per day, or like any contraindication, any precautionary measures, or any other things which will affect like adverse event, adverse effect, any pain, itching or something like that. So you should have thorough knowledge about any medicine, the drugs facts about the medicine before you consume. Okay, because as I mentioned several times that any health authority's main objective is to protect public health, correct? And all regulatory bodies are taking care of health of each individual, each patient, I mean to say the consumers, the patient. But as a patient, it's our duty also, we should know the facts about any drugs. So in today's presentation, like I bought this slide from the FDA. So these slides are freely available on FDA sites. If you search, you will also find. So I will just discuss about these slides, which are already presented and which is available on FDA site. Okay. So when we talk about medicine in our home, okay, so you should ask, you should be aware of what is this medicine all about, why do you use the medicine? How do we decide whether to use a medicine or not? Okay, how do you choose an OTC, that is over the counter medicine? Do you have children in your home or care for other children? Right? Where do you keep your medicine? So all these questions should be answered. Am I right? So since we are pharmacists, scientists, everybody knows what is medicine, what is drug, correct? So a medicine or a drug is like what which changes how your body works or treats or prevents a disease or symptom. Correct? So are these medicine you should answer yes or no. Are these medicines are fluoride toothpaste or no fluoride? Are these medicine dandruff shampoos or regular shampoo? Correct? Antiperspirant or deodorant, sunscreens or aloe vera gel, hydrocortisone cream or moisturizing cream, medicine for lice or insect repellent. So you should think about all these medicines are falling under this category or not, right? Also, have you or your family member used an OTC medicine this week? So you should observe how many types of medicines you are consuming, and what kind of OTC product you are consuming during the weeks. So, what are the some reasons for using an OTC medicine? Correct. So, as I said, RX, that is prescription, and OTC medicine, how they are different from each other, or how are they same? Correct. So, RX to OTC. So RX means prescription and OTC means over the counter, correct? So how are they different and how are they same? We are going to discuss. So how are they different? Prescription medicines are always prescribed by the doctor, correct? Whereas OTC medicine you can buy without a doctor's prescription or doctor's order. Prescription medicine is bought at the pharmacy, whereas OTC can be bought off the shelf in store or else, right? So whenever you travel, you can get OTC medicine in a pawn shop or general shops, right? Of course, medical shops you will get it 100%, but you can buy from other shops also. You need not to worry about the doctor's prescription. Then prescription medicine, of course, ordered for or used by only one person, whereas OTC can be bought by, your family or any more than one person for the same symptom. Simple, I will quote an example of crocin tablet, which is used for the headache, mild fever, right? So you can purchase for your family, right? 2 strips, 3 strips without any prescription. So that is a OTC product. But when you want to buy an augmentin, like, the amoxicillin clavulanic, so for that reason, you have to have prescription from the doctor. Without prescription, you will not be able to purchase that medicine. Also, it is for only single person, correct? You cannot buy 10 strips of augmentin. Suppose if your dose therapy is for 2 months, 3 months for particular medicine like diabetic, antihypertensive, then you can buy for 1 month, 2 months, or whatever prescribed, months as per the doctor's prescription. Now we have seen the difference between RX and OTC. We'll see how they are same. So both the types of medicines needs direction, correct? So direction for use and which has to be followed carefully and correctly. And children should use only with permission of a parent or guardian. Of course, we should not allow our children to take the tablets or pop-up tablets without any attention. That's the reason we have to handle all type of medicine, whether it is prescription medicine or OTC. You have to store it carefully, keep away from the children, okay? And a pharmacist can answer the question. So what are the important medicine rules? Never share your prescription medicine with someone else. Never use someone else's prescription medicine. With OTC medicine, always check the dose. The right dose for you may be different than for your friend or family member. Why this is so? The right dose for you may be different than for your friend or family member. So generally we have habit of asking, my stomach is aching or my legs are paining, what medicine you took? Generally we have habit of asking our neighbor, our friends, or our relatives or family members. But that is not the right things what we do. Why we should not ask, or we should take the right dose from your doctors? Because the friends or relatives or any family members age could be different, their pharmacological biological condition could be different. Am I right? So everyone has their own anatomy, physiology, everyone has their own symptoms, own problems. So you cannot prescribe the same medicine for the other, correct? So you should have thorough knowledge about their disease, their symptom, their age, or any other problems persist. So somebody has only headache, or along with headache, he must be suffering from ulcer or any other critical condition like hypertension or any other things, kidney, liver, or something like that. So you should never uh, follow the same medicine or take the same medicine which is given to one patient, okay, or your family members. So the right dose for you may be different, that you have to keep in mind. So how do you decide which medicine is the right OTC medicine for you? Right? How do you decide which medicine is the right medicine? So you have to read the drug fact label. This is extremely important. Okay, drug facts. That is label. Okay, drug facts label. So all OTC medicine have a drug facts label. So how does it look like? You can see. So Each label, the drug fact label comprises of active ingredients, right? The purpose in each tablet, you can see this label ibuprofen 200 milligram, which is non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug, right? NSAID, we call it as NSAID in short form. So suppose if you are taking a tablet of ibuprofen pseudoephedrine, so it is mentioned on the label that each tablet contains what? Ibuprofen plus pseudoephedrine. So look at the next point, that is uses temporarily relieves these symptoms associated with the common cold or flu, headache, fever, sinus pressure, sore throat, nasal congestion, stuffy nose, minor body aches and pains. So see, these are the drug facts. So to read this label is very important. So in that, the active ingredient part, uses part, warning part, do not use. You can see everything is mentioned. The direction, which is again very important, correct? Then stop use, when to stop use, that is also given. When to use, when to ask a doctor before use if you have. See, headache, kidney disease, trouble urinating and all. And apart from all these things, there are other information. Store at 20 to 25 degree, avoid excessive heat above 40 degree. So this label plays an important role on all medicines. So similarly, OTC also has this drug facts label. Okay. So without reading labels, please do not consume any medicine, which is also freely available at OTC, that is over the counter, right? So coming to active ingredient parts, this part that makes it work, like what does drug fact tell us about each active ingredient? Its name. You have seen ibuprofen 200 milligram. Then how much is in each pill or teaspoon? So sometimes if you see the syrup suspension or powder for suspension, you have to consume as a 5 ml, 10 ml, whatever prescribed on the label, correct? So first its name, then how much, that is one pill or two pill, one tablet or two tablet, 5 ml or 10 ml. Then what it does, that is purpose, what is its job, right? The problems it treats, that is its uses, correct? So intent for use is equally important, and this we have learned many a times during our drug development, right? So what does this medicine treat? Now suppose this is a medicine, feel better, 30 tablets pack, which is used for cold and fever tablets, right? Cold and fever tablets, and which relieves fevers, sore throat and stuffy nose, correct? And which contains ibuprofen plus pseudoephedrine. So you can see the label and its uses, correct? Now you can see another label. What is this? Cold and fever tablets. You can see this: fever, sore throat, stuffy nose. Yeah. So it's given here, uses, correct? Fever, headache, minor body aches, pain, sore throat, stuffy nose, nasal and sinus congestion. Now we'll think about one case study. One girl called Kisha. She is a college student living away from her home, and her classes have just started. Okay. Now she's sick. She is having stuffy nose, sore throat, and aches, body aches all over. Now she takes some get better cold and fever medicine, which we have seen the label, correct? This is a get better cold and fever medicine. Now 2 hours later, she has bad headache, wants to take usual headache medicine. She calls her mom, okay? And she takes this medicine. Now can Kisha take this medicine together? Just tell me, can Kisha take this medicine together? Hello. So these are the two
No,
medicine. You can see these are the two labels, right? Cold and fever suspension. You can see liquid gel capsule. You can see this uses, correct? You read the case studies once again. She takes some get better cold and fever medicine, but 2 hours later, she has bad headache and wants to take usual headache medicine. And she calls mom. Okay. Now, just see these are the two medicine. Can she take after 2 hours this medicine? Just tell me yes or no.
no, ma'am.
No. Correct? Why no? You tell me. Just
There
see
may
the
be
drug
chance of
facts.
Because the
overdose.
active ingredients are same in both the medicines.
Correct. Correct.
Chances of overdose is there.
Correct. So just she is having a headache, I mean severe headache. She cannot repeat the medicine after 2 hours. The another medicine, but which has same active ingredient. What will happen? She will consume 1000 dose, right? She has already consumed acetaminophen 500 milligram, which acts as a pain reliever. Again, after 2 hours, since her headache is not stopped, she cannot consume. Am I right? So the answer is no. So what is all this? So you should read this, direction for use. Like do not give more than directed. Correct? Then the warning, allergy alerts, do not use. See. So all these things are very, very important. Again, this stop use and ask your doctor when you feel pain, vomiting, or any nasal congestion, headache, you know. So these are all warnings which you have to take care of. All warnings are very important. So you have to read the label. Correct? So warnings are what the warning section tells you when you shouldn't use the medicine at all and when you should talk to your doctor first. Correct? So how the medicine might make you fail and when you should stop using this medicine. The things you shouldn't do while taking this medicine, and you know that is why we should monitor all our children's, all our family members and also friends. If you have thorough knowledge about the medicine or the drugs and your friends or your family members doesn't have, please ask them to read label or ask them to contact doctor. Correct? We should not use medicine without prescription, without doctor's advice. And if at all you are using, read the label first. Know the facts about the medicine. Okay. Then there are some allergy alerts you might have seen. When your body has an allergic reaction, you may have itching, rashes, hives, swelling, fainting, trouble breathing, right? If you think you are allergic to a medicine, do not use it. Stop using it immediately. Okay. And if you think that you or someone else is having an allergic reaction, then call a healthcare professional, your HCP. Okay. Or call the number. Generally, the call center number is given on the label. Okay. So you can call them immediately. Then ask a doctor, like ask a doctor or a pharmacist before use. When to ask a doctor or pharmacist before using the medicine? Some medical problem make medicine use less safe, right? Some medicines should never be used together. Then the special information about using the medicine, what example, do not use more than directed. Take with food or milk if stomach upset occurs. Drowsiness may occur. Avoid contact with eyes. So these are simple things which you have to keep in mind. And stop use and ask a doctor if reasons to stop taking a medicine include if you have an allergic reaction or if you have new problem like stomach pain, throwing up or dizziness, or if you are not feeling better after a certain number of days. Okay. So you can easily coordinate with the doctor and communicate that I'm not feeling after few days, couple of days taking this medicine. So shall I stop or not? The doctor will advise, or he will change the medicine. Okay. Or he can give some alternative therapy based on your communication, based on your allergic reaction. Correct? After all, see, all medicine should work on your disease, your symptoms. If it is not working, if it is giving continuous allergic reaction, you are not feeling good, then you should bring to notice to the doctor, and the doctor should give the alternative therapy, or you should stop the medicine. Okay. Why we write keep out of reach of children? So young children may think medicine tastes really good. So nowadays you can see most of the medicines are flavored nicely. You get all orange flavor, pineapple flavor, apple flavor, lemon flavor, all types of flavored tablets, syrups you are getting in the market. So children have attraction towards that, drinking the medicine, like how we drink the soft drink or the juices. And that's why we have to keep it away from the children, because medicine is not a candy and can harm them if they take too much, right? If someone takes too much medicine or wrong medicine, call the poison control center for help. Now we think about another case study. Suppose Harry and Anne's 50th anniversary, and Harry joins us sore and strip. Okay, so Stan offers Harry OTC ibuprofen. Okay, Stan is another friend who offers to Harry one OTC medicine, that is ibuprofen. So Harry asks Anne what to do. Okay, because Stan is a friend who offers ibuprofen, but Harry asks to her husband, right? So what to do? Now Anne carefully reads the label first, correct? And carefully read the labels that ibuprofen 200 milligram. The purpose is what? Pain reliever, fever reducer, and which is NSAID. And uses. He read it carefully, correct? So, can this medicine treat Harry's sore or stiff joints? Yes. Because Ans reads this label carefully, and then he suggests to Harry that yes, you can take this medicine. Now, Anne reads the next part of label, okay, the warning. Just listen to me carefully and read this content. Okay, you can see this pain reliever and minor arthritic pain. Now the next question, okay, just see. Harry is 75-year-old who has high cholesterol, had a stomach ulcer last year. So still she consumes the medicine? Tell me. Looking at the label, you just tell me.
No,
Why no?
because the warnings is mentioned stomach bleeding warning.
Perfect. See. So should Harry use this medicine? No. Why no? Because see, it is mentioned in the label that stomach bleeding warning is already mentioned. Ulcer, just see, ask a doctor before use if you have ulcer. And if you reached age 60 or older, Harry is already 75 years old. She has high cholesterol. She had stomach ulcer last year. Correct? So that's why this label is very important. So what should Harry do now? Tell me.
To consult the doctor.
Ask his healthcare professional about how to treat his pain. Correct? His or her. Okay. Harry could be a man or woman. So consider whatever. Okay. So once you think you have found the right medicine for your problem, what else do you need to know before you use your medicine? Direction for use. Correct? I hope you all are reading the direction for use before you consume your medicine. Am I right? Direction is nothing but how much medicine to use, how often to use it, and how long you can use it. So how should you measure your doses of the medicine? Have you seen the measuring devices? These are the measuring tools for the medicine, right? So nowadays, if you bring the syrup, you can get this type of caps, okay, which has 5 ml, 10 ml marking on that. You can get the spatula like this, which is also a measuring device, or the syringe. So these are the measuring tools which use spoon, cup, or syringe that comes with your medicine. And if your children doesn't come with special measuring tool, ask for one at the pharmacy. You get extra tools also at the pharmacy if you don't get along with your medicine. Okay. So make sure that tool can measure the right dose. Check the marking on the tool. So there you must have seen on the label, there is other information column also. So how to keep your medicine when you are not using it, right? Keep away from children, keep at 25 to 30 degree. You have seen, right, other information, correct? Then inactive ingredients used to form a pill. You know, excipients are used as a binder, flavor, color, or the disintegrant, and preservative, which helps to medicine keep on shelf for a long time. Now this is another case study. It's very interesting. He is a John. Okay, so he pulled a leg muscle. The pain makes it hard to walk around. Took one tablet of ibuprofen, and after 1 hour he was not better. So he took another tablet. Was this okay? Tell me. Read the instruction.
No.
He took one tablet because his leg muscle were pulled, right? The pain makes it hard to walk around. But after 1 hour, he was not better. So he took another tablet. Was this okay? Just see the
No, ma'am.
uses and direction.
One tablet every 4 to 6 hours.
Correct. So it is clearly mentioned, take one tablet every 4 to 6 hours while symptoms persist. If pain or fever does not respond to one tablet, 2 tablets may be used. Just see. The next line you have missed. If pain or fever does not respond to one tablet, correct? 2 tablets may be used. That means what? The answer is yes. Correct? No.
Yes, ma'am.
So read the instruction carefully. Read between the line. Read complete sentence. Because if you read half the sentence, the answer will be no. Correct? If you read the next sentence, the answer will be yes. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So that's how you should have very good listening skill, reading skill, understanding level. Okay. So being in pharma industry, see to that dot, comma, error is also to be observed. You find out observation, right? Minor, major, like that while reading, writing. Also, you should, you cannot skip the second line or the second para. So that for that reason, you should read the label completely and then you make judgment out of it. So now coming to next part. Now John feels better, but not completely relieved. Okay. He's still not completely relieved. 2 hours later, the pain gets worse. He takes 3 more OTC ibuprofen tablet. Is this okay? Is this okay?
No, ma'am.
You have gone through the direction
Yeah,
completely?
maximum 2 tablets.
Here written 1 or 2 tablets may be used, but within 4 to 6 hours, right? Do not use
Yes.
more than 6 tablets in 24 hours. Correct? Have you read this second line? Correct? So he takes 3 more OTC ibuprofen tablet after 2 hours later. Correct? Because his pain was worse and he did what? Wrong thing. So in such cases, he should always approach to his physician. What should John have done instead? John should call his doctor or the pharmacist and he should explain why he is in pain, the medicine he used and how it worked. He should ask what to do next. Always tell your doctor and pharmacist all the medicine and dietary supplements that you use. Okay. Now, where to find the telephone number or website? Ask this question about the medicine and report an unexpected reaction to the medicine. So every medicine will have its facts label, drug label, through which you get all the information or you get the contact number, right? Wherein toll-free numbers are already given on the label, through which you can contact the concerned person 24 hours because that line is open for 24/7. Correct? So be safe, be healthy, choose and use your OTC medicine wisely. Teach your family members to do the same. So what is the takeaway? Read the label carefully, right? And OTC medicines are also a serious medicine. So these are some additional resource slide. Okay. So in USA, they officially have only prescription and OTC medicine, but in some other country, they call it as, behind the counter medicine also. What is meant by behind the counter medicine? Correct? So pharmacists decide when this medicine should be dispensed. Because in abroad, if you see the community pharmacist and everything is well managed. In India and other some part of the other country, there is no big chain because if you go abroad, there is always hospital pharmacist. The pharmacy is always attached to hospital, and after you are checking, diagnosing, the medicine is also given in the same hospital, but they are there are community pharmacists who prescribe the medicine and who gives the medicine. But in India and other country, you see, you visit doctors in the hospital, you take the treatment, and you can buy your medicine from other pharmacy shop also, correct? But in some cases, as I said, there is a term used at behind the counter medicine also, correct? So you should know. Just this is for your knowledge sake. After this, we'll move forward with how these OTCs are registered from the regulatory point of view. Also, you should understand. But this is uh, basic things. If you don't understand, then you cannot, go for the registration. What different types of OTC registration happens in the country that you should understand. So this is all available freely on FDA website. And along with the label and other things, the see to that expiry date is also important. So OTC medicine also has the expiration date. And if your medicine is past the expiration date, so it may not work as well as it did before, correct? So it is best not to use medicine that are past the expiration date. Throw away expired medicine sample. The best place his home hazard waste site, and if this is not possible, put expired medicine in a garbage can away from small children and pets. Now, this is one more case study of Tony, who is 12 years old and goalie for his middle school soccer team. The team plays for the country championship today, and bad allergies today like sneezing, itchy eyes, and a stuffy runny nose. What can he do? Right? So this tablet is available for kids and their grown-ups. Feel better allergy relief. Okay, and which relieves sneezing, runny nose, itchy and watery eyes. So you can see the drug facts, warning, uses. Then there is another chewable tablet, right? Which is again allergy and congestion relief for kids and their grown-up. What are the drug facts? So taking more than directed may cause drowsiness, right? So that's all about medicine in my home, right? So I hope it was pretty clearly mentioned, and you have now thorough knowledge about the OTC. Now we move on to the main topic, that how do we register this OTC product. Okay, so thank you for your attention. I will move on to the next lecture. I'll stop this screen and I will open another screen. Now, can you see my screen? Can you see my screen?
Yes,
Yes.
Yeah,
ma'am.
thank you. So was that session helpful about the medicine, OTC, label, facts label and all? Was that helpful?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So all the content are brought from the internet, and everything is acknowledged. You must have seen. So what is OTC drug? By now you must have understood, right? You must be consuming antacids like Digene, Dulcolax tablets, Crocin tablets, and there are so many other medicines available in the market without doctor's prescription, correct? So these are the OTC drugs. And what is the history behind it? Okay, you know the US FDA history. It started from 1910, correct? Federal Food and Drug Act, adulteration came into a picture in 1906. 1906 till now, there are so many guidances and rules, acts, the regulations are published, correct? You can see from 1910. When this OTC published, you can see OTC drugs are started reviewing from 1972. Okay, till that time, there was no concept called OTC. Okay, before that, only FDA Food and Drug Cosmetic Act, Kefauver-Harris Act, Durham-Amphrey Act, the prescription versus OTC. It started from 1951, but OTC drug review and the monographs process started from 1972. Okay, so this is the outline of this presentation. That is, what are the requirements for all OTC drug product. So there are two regulatory pathways. One is OTC new drug application, which is called NDA, and another is OTC drug monograph. So as in our normal prescription drug, we see that if the drug is official, half the battle is won, because everything is official. That means you know the product, you know the procedure, manufacturing process, you know the testing procedure, right? So we are happy that if it is a product monograph, then we can straight away, you know, develop the product, register, test, do the stability, and go for the registration. Correct? But if it is a new, then you have to go through entire, you know, pathway, right from new drug development till product launch and the till registration and the product launch. So what are the requirements for all OTC drug product? There is, you know, standards for safety and efficacy. You must have heard GRAS, right? Generally recognized, and this GRAS full form is what? Generally recognized. Tell me, anyone knows? Anyone knows or not? Don't know.
Ma'am, it is generally recognized and safe. That's the full form.
Safe and safe. What? Generally recognized as safe and effective. Generally recognized and as safe and effective. Correct? So in OTC also, you have to see that does it follow under GRAS? Do we follow the GMP? And labeling is to be followed as per 21 CFR 201.66. So these are the three main requirements when we go for OTC product registration. Are you with me? So there are two regulatory pathways. One is NDA, other is monograph. Correct? But for both the things, what is the requirement? Standard for safety and efficacy, GMP and label. Correct? So safety and effectiveness standard for OTC product is same standard as prescription drug. So sometimes, you know, people get confused. OTC means it's life is easy, you know, we don't have to go for safety efficacy studies and all. Without any clinical or the safety efficacy data, we can go easily. Okay. But it's not the truth. OTC products are equally, it should be equally safe and, you know, have self-diagnose, self-treat and self-manage. It must be able to what? Self-diagnose, self-treat, self-manage, which can be assessed through label comprehension studies and actual use studies. Because it has to be used actually, then only you can prove. No? Now why Procin is used blindly, you tell me, without prescription? Because it is 50-60 years old history. It is proven that it is safe. So that without any doctor's prescription, we can go for Procin or Digene or any other medicine. Okay. Drug facts, we have already seen standardized labeling format. Okay, it is similar to nutrition facts and supplement facts. And as per 21 CFR 201.66, required as of May 2005. OTC labeling and advertising. So OTC labeling and advertising is controlled generally by FDA and FTC. Okay. So FDA, that is FDA and C Act, the labeling means, you know, you have seen, right? Labeling. Whereas FTC, advertising is controlled, Federal Trade Commission. Okay. So it look at the benefit versus the contraindication and warning ratio. Okay. Whereas drug labeling for the you know, upon any article or any of its container accompanying such article, physical attachment not necessary. That is seen by FDA. Correct? So now we see to OTC NDA, new drug application. So RX to OTC switches happens, either it is full switch or the partial switch. Okay? Or direct to OTC. So under 21 CFR part, if you see 330.11, they have mentioned it clearly, you know, this NDA deviation from applicable monograph, if you are going to deviate your NDA from the applicable monograph, what type of documents are required? Okay, so this guidance I'm going to share with you. It is available 21 CFR part, 330.11. I have attached in this presentation also, but I will send it to you separately as an attachment. Okay. And there is one generic, that is ANDA. This you have already, we have already covered many a times, correct? So coming back to types of NDAs are what? RH to OTC switches, which is again full switch or partial switch, and direct to OTC, that is NDA deviation from your monograph. Okay, and the generic ANDA. How the review happens for NDAs for non-prescription drug? As per good review practice. So same, there are subject matter expertise. There is a department called SSMRD, that is Specific Subject Matter Review Division, may review your clinical trial, okay, and ODE division for the non-prescription clinical evaluation, reviewer, consumer behavior studies, and post-marketing safety data. So this is all available under our CDER, okay. So you can browse through. I have given the link also. Now, when we talk about NDA versus OTC drug monograph, what are the differences? NDA process, we need pre-market approval, whereas OTC monograph, no pre-market approval, correct? NDA is always a confidential filing, and this is a public process. OTC monograph is a public process. And under NDA, drug is product specific, and under monograph, it is active ingredient specific, which comes under OTC drug category. Okay. Here we may require a user fees, and here in OTC monograph, no user fees. Then since it is NDA, we get potential for marketing exclusivity. Here there are no chance of marketing exclusivity. Okay, in case of OTC. In case of NDA, mandated FDA review timelines, and in OTC monograph, no mandated timeline. In NDA, we require clinical studies, label comprehension, and actual use, whereas in OTC, we may require clinical studies, label comprehension, and actual use. Studies not required. So we may require clinical studies and label comprehension, but actual studies are not required. So all published data we can gather and attach. Okay. But in NDA, of course, we need all this data. Okay. Then OTC drug monograph. What is OTC drug monograph means? We have the recipe book for marketing an OTC drug. Okay. So the list and explanation of GRAS condition that is generally recognized as safe and effective. You can go through GRAS. Okay. And the final monograph are published as per this 21 CFR 331 to 358 parts. So the GRAS active ingredients are what? Dosage strength, dosage form is given. Then the labeling requirement about indications, warning, and direction for use. We have already seen this drug facts label, right? And the final formulation testing. So this is how it looks like, final OTC drug monograph. This is of antacid. This is example of antacid. You can see each ingredient, right? Active ingredient calcium as carbonate or phosphate, and maximum daily dosage unit is 160 milligram, like calcium. See how it is labeled, correct? So this is all given in 21 CFR part 331.10, 331.30, and B and C. So 30B talks about the indication, and 30C talks about the warnings. So based on your product, based on your category, like antacid or antipyretic or anti-CNS or whatever category, you have to see what are the warnings to be given on the label, and what are the direction for use to be given, and other information is just a storage information. And of course, what inactive ingredients you are using, like sucrose, cornstarch, talc, or whatever. Okay, and here it is, the number is given, toll free, like if you have any question or comments. So that is how this final OTC drug monograph looks like, and this is an example given for antacid. So how this OTC monograph is established? So as I said during the FDA history slide, the OTC drug review from 1972 onwards still present. There are this overview given as for 21 CFR 330. There are some other sections, the other parts as well. So there are advisory review panels and expert recommendations is given. There are 3 steps rule making process. Okay. One is ANPR, TFM, and FM. What does it mean? ANPR means Advance Notice of Proposed Rule Making. Okay. ANPR means Advance Notice of Proposed Rule Making. Then tentative final monograph is published. Okay. And then the final monograph. So these are the 3-step rule making process is available when you go for established monograph. Okay, your OTC established monograph. And there are 17 advisory review panels created based on different category, different therapy, I mean to say, whether it is antacid panel, antimicrobial panel, antiperspirant panel, dental panel, cough and cold panel, like that. There are 17 advisory review panels. And 9 member panels like physicians, pharmacists, toxicologists, scientists, industry representative, consumer representative. Then also it is reviewed 14,000 volumes of data submitted by industry, healthcare professional and consumers, right? Then held public meetings. It's not easy to get OTC product into market. So you have to follow all these regulatory pathways. Then you can see in advisory review panel, they review the category 1, category 2, category 1, which is grass, category 2 is non-grass, and category 3 cannot determine if it is safe and effective. Okay, so how this OTC drug review happens? Based on category, whether it is grass, non-grass, and cannot determine it's safe or effective. So in this review, you have seen this ANPR, right? So these 3 levels we have already discussed. What is it? And then next is mechanism to amend an OTC drug monograph. So whenever you want to go for amendment, you can go through citizen petition and time and extent application. Okay. What is citizen petition? As per 21 CFR 10.30, it can be used to amend OTC drug monograph at any stage. Okay. And it is limited. It is limited to pre-1975 marketing conditions. Conditions like active ingredient, dosage form, and indication. And what is meant by time and extent application? TA, as per 21 CFR 330.40, which is effective from 2002 onwards. So it can be used to amend OTC drug monograph for products marketed under an approved NDA after OTC drug review began. So you know the difference. The petition under you can file at any time, whereas this cannot file at any time, but it can be used to amend OTC drug monograph for products marketed under an approved NDA after OTC drug review began and outside the United States. Okay, with these 2 conditions. And second is meets material time and material extent requirement as per 21 CFR 330.40, which is more than 5 continuous years in the same country or tens of millions of dosage units sold. So when we 10 lakhs of tablet dosage units we sell in the country, that time also you can go for this, that is called material time and the material extent. And this is the reference. So that's all about OTC product and labeling, how to use, how to register, what are the different types of OTC, okay, how it is reviewed, how the monograph gets published through these 3 steps, and everything is covered during the session. Thank you for your patient hearing. And now the lecture is over. We can open for the question and answer session. Thank you once again.